Good morning, everybody. So today on Disney Decoded, we are going to be talking about The Lion King, everybody's favorite movie. And we all love The Lion King. We know, there's been so many comparisons to Hamlet. There's a lot of stuff that can be said about The Lion King. I might have to make multiple videos about this particular movie. But today we're going to talk about what I got when I decoded The Lion King. And it's really just the same story that we've always gotten from a lot of stories, but I feel like this one is talking about the modern era. So when we look at the beginning of Lion King, it's the circle of life and everyone's happy, everyone's in peace, everyone's in harmony, predators and prey, and everyone comes together to celebrate the incoming of the next generation, Simba. And, Mufasa is the king, and he's the king everyone loves and adores. He is the reflection of the correct divine masculine. When we think about Mufasa, and we look at how he treated his wife, Sarabi, she truly was his queen. He didn't disrespect her. Everything was going great. There was harmony with all of the different animals. And then you have Scar that comes in. Now, Scar is related to the divine masculine, but was probably raised in the exact same way. The only difference is that Scar felt lesser than. So he is operating from this victim mentality. And he feels like, he's coming from ego. He's coming from his sense of, I want what he has, so I'm just gonna take it, even though I'm not doing what he does to have it, but I still deserve it. So Scar kills Mufasa and takes his place. And then you have an era where all of the food goes away, all of the abundance goes away, and Scar has sat there and he has convinced his cronies and the hyenas that, stick with me and you'll never go hungry again. Except everyone's actually more hungry when Scar is in power, including the hyenas, including Scar himself. But because they at least get first pick of the scraps, they're happy. That's all they want. They just want first pick of whatever it is that they got. They would rather have first pick of scraps than have equal shares of abundance and have available food for everybody, including themselves. It's all about having that power. And Simba, he's influenced by that negative energy in Scar. He believes them. And he runs away. And then he meets Timon and Pumbaa, which, they help him, find his self-love again. They help him feel okay with who he is. But he hasn't remembered who he was. He's trying to fit into a idea of who he wants to be that isn't really his authentic self. Lions aren't really meant to be eating bugs. Can they do it to survive? Sure. But that's not, his divine nature in of itself. And it takes the divine feminine, Nala, to come around and to wake his ass back up and to remind him who he is, and that, he needs to come back. He needs to take his throne back. He needs to restore the order and the balance that is necessary for abundance for everybody. And at first he's like, no, I'm happy here in my own little oasis. And, it wasn't until that sexual energy was reawakened in him. You don't have that when you're around your guy friends. Not in the same way, maybe. I mean, hey, if you do, you do. But that's not this particular story that we're talking about today. So then the guru comes back, you have Rafiki, and he reintroduces, and it's at night, he's literally showing Simba who he is again through his shadow self. He helps him reconnect with his ancestors, with his father, with the stars in the sky that are the ancestors. And they are. And Simba goes back. He does that. He finishes up his dark night of the soul runs back and he faces, you know, those inner demons. He faces those negative core beliefs that Scar has instilled in him, that his father's death was his fault, that he's bad, that he's wrong. You know, he goes back to and sees his mother, who sees his father in him. You know, she thinks it's Mufasa for a minute there. And we see the return of the true divine masculine, but this one has been altered. This one has been changed. It's not the original divine masculine. This is one that has come and that has reawakened from the dead. And his next offspring will already be alive, but he had to come back from the dead himself. You know, everyone's like, I thought you died. He had to come back from the dead. So, long story short, you know, peace is restored, harmony's back in order, yada, yada, yada. And that's the happy ending. And, you know, then Simba has a child who was a girl. So, what does that mean? That means that that's literally what is happening right now. Like, it is explaining the shift that is happening at this exact moment. Right now, Simba is being reawakened by the divine feminine, by that Nala energy, who frankly was always able to kick his ass. Let's face it. You know, she always knew how to get him. And he's reawakening from the dead. So for all of you Simbas out there that are awakening again, welcome back. We've missed you. We've needed you. Those of you who don't get it, you know, you might get it, and maybe not this awakening round, you might, you know, but maybe a seed was planted. Maybe you're going to wake up the next round and you'll come back to this video, you'll see someone else's video, and it'll kind of sprout that seed open again for you. But thanks so much for watching. I'm loving this whole Disney Decoded series, so let me know the next Disney movie you guys want to see, if I don't just pick one myself. And I hope you have a great day. So, bye guys.